Just relax that time. I do the work here. Bam. Awesome. I'm gonna put my hand on the chin a little bit. Gentle little hook. Take that big deep breath in and a big deep exhale. Check it out. Like?
So, this is day 1. I can still speak normally. Kind of. The bottom part of my tongue hurts a bit because they stuck me with the fucking needle on the bottom instead of the top like they normally do. Miss having Taco Bell. I had to have mac and cheese and like make them really, really freaking soft. And I also had to have yogurt. My speech is gonna be so horrible. Pros of being an adult. You get to do shit.
So this is day 2. My parents are having bacon. I want bacon. On the bright side, my speech isn't totally that bad. Even though my tongue is like swollen as fuck. But I want bacon. I also want steak. I swear, if I start crying because of this damn thing, there's a problem with me. Like, I also kind of forgot that I had a tongue piercing. Like, when I woke up. All because my tongue is so swollen that I kind of didn't feel it. But it's like every time I cough, the bottom part of my tongue, right there, for some reason it fucking hurts every time I cough. Or even if I say some certain words or something like that. It hurts. I also have a lisp.
I decided to put makeup on because why not? My cat's hanging out with me. She's clawing shit, but that's fine, you know. So far, so good. I kind of have a little bit of a lisp. It hurts to fucking talk. But it's a good thing I'm in ASL because I'm going to start using a little bit of sign language that I'm learning, you know. My cat's leaving me. Hey, baby. Ow, I can't do it. Chloe. Hi. What are you doing? So yeah, this is what my tongue looks like now. It's swollen. That's gonna be like that for like the next week and a half. Then I can switch it in the next 2 weeks to a shorter bar and a plastic one. So this is the last part that I'm making from today. My tongue is starting to hurt even more. So, I go to school tomorrow, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to speak a whole lot. That, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be sticking my tongue out a lot just to show people, because they're going to be like, yo, let me see your fucking tongue ring. And then I'm going to be like, what the fuck's wrong with me? No, but seriously, I'm going to have like so many fucking people ask me about it, and then they're going to make fun of my speech, even though I gave them permission to. I can't wait to have a smaller bar, though. The long bar is already making me mad. I feel everything with this freaking bar. This is day 3. I can talk a little bit better. The only thing that makes my lisp a little bit worse is if my tongue is like in pain and I've been talking all day. I only have until another week and a half to have this. Like just the long bar itself. Then I can like switch it to a smaller bar, which is a good thing. My tongue is so fat. I could eat a little bit, but I almost thought I bit the ball on the bottom. It's still intact though. The only things I could eat was like a deviled egg from the school and then fucking ice cream from the fucking Maverick. So, yeah, that's my cat. She said hi. I want more ice cream. Okay, so it's day 4. I can talk, which is good. Swelling's kind of gone down a little bit. But this time, this video is going to be different. Only because I know some people are going to be asking me how they did my piercing instead of, you know, what the video showed. So basically what he did with my piercing specifically is that he told me to, like, rinse with mouthwash, yada yada yada, prep for this shit. I specifically chose this jewelry only because I don't want to pay for, like, another fucking jewelry that I wanted or whatever, if that ever came to that. So I just decided to get a standard long-ass fucking barbell, you know. He marked my tongue in those 2 specific spots, because that's where, you know, it works with my tongue. So he goes to mark my tongue, and it's gotta be, like, on the bottom. You can't pierce through the webbing. Otherwise, that's bad news. But, like, before he, like, marked my tongue, he had to dry it off, yada yada yada. This shit's kind of self-explanatory in a way. And he basically took the clamp, which is like a little scissor-looking thingy, but it's not a pair of scissors, obviously, because it's there to like hold your tongue, but it's got like 2 holes or whatever to go through, so they can like pierce my tongue. And they did it through the bottom, as showed in the video. And for anybody who wants to get their tongue pierced, don't tense up. Because when you tense your tongue up, it's going to fucking hurt. I promise you this. It didn't happen with me all because you told me to relax, and I watched a little too much YouTube on this. And how people did their tongue. I go in, I do my piercing. Everything was fine and dandy. Now, the healing process is one thing. For me, as soon as I got my piercing, as soon as I got into the truck to go home or whatever, it was already swollen. And trust me, it's gonna get that way. They pierce it through the fucking muscle. These 2 are muscles, and where they pierce me is in between the muscle, as you can see on the bottom. You also don't want to get your tongue pierced on the veins, and that's bad because it makes you bleed a lot. I watch way too many YouTube videos only because I want my piercing to be fucking great. That, and I really wanted this fucking piercing for so many fucking years. It's unreal. So I obviously wanted it to be fucking perfect. But you also have to, like, figure out your anatomy on your tongue, because some tongues you can't get a piercing. I'll explain. The reason why you have to figure out your anatomy on your tongue is for safety reasons, basically. Because for some people, their webbing is way close to the top. Like, it could be close to the fucking tip. For example, my brother, on that hand, he has a really, really long webbing. Meaning he can't stick out his tongue very far. It literally sticks out this far. That, and, like, with the veins on the bottom, they could possibly either be too fucking thick to the point where you could possibly pierce it. I had to figure that out, like, as soon as I figured I wanted to get my tongue pierced. And it's really self-explanatory. You just, natural webbing, it literally just can't go up to your tip or whatever. Mine happens to be very far, so that's why my tongue looks like this. That's what my tongue looks like. Your webbing could even be right there or something like that. On you, by the way. And you can still get a piercing. It's just gonna be right here. Closer to the tip. My sister's got one. And they told her she has a fucking short tongue. But she was able to get the piercing. For the same reason as mine. Because my webbing is like so far back that she was able to get the piercing. Even though her tongue was tiny as fuck. She told me that herself. But with the healing process, you're gonna have a lisp. Your tongue is gonna get swollen. You're not used to having a bar through your fucking tongue. It's a foreign object in your face. You can't eat most things. You basically have to eat soft foods. That's just basically it. You learn how to talk. You learn how to eat. You learn basically everything with the tongue piercing. That and with pain, it's gonna be a bitch because you're knocking your tongue piercing, because it's gonna be so fucking long. You're knocking your tongue piercing on your teeth a lot. And you're gonna bite on it. And so it's gonna fucking hurt the piercing itself in your tongue, not the actual bar itself, but just the piercing. So you're gonna have to take like medication. I have to take Tylenol because I'm allergic to I'm allergic to ibuprofen. So I have to take that every 4 hours. I don't have to do it now, only because I'm starting to get used to having a tongue piercing. But as soon as the swelling does go down, I do have to change the bar, which is within 2 weeks, like I mentioned. And so, like, you'll feel the bar get bigger or whatever, because your tongue is going to be, like, smaller now. And then you're going to want to change it, because then you won't be able to talk, you won't be able to do anything. The healing process I was told with me is 2 to 3 months. But it also kind of depends on the person. Me, I feel like my tongue piercing is going to be fine by like the 2nd month, maybe. Maybe a month and a half, maybe. And every time you drink something that isn't water, every time you eat something, you have to rinse it out. All because there could be a possible infection that's going to go on. I don't know exactly when I should stop using mouthwash every time. But I do want to say by the time maybe the 3rd or 4th week or a month, however long it is, maybe I can stop with that. But it also depends on the person. I think you're able to stop doing that as soon as you get ready to change your tongue piercing to a shorter one. But yeah. And as soon as you get it, your friends are going to make fun of you for your... I also want to kind of point this out when you do go to, like, eat something. Your tongue is gonna fucking hurt. I promise you that. Because if you're stupid like me and on the 2nd day you want to eat pizza, it's gonna take you fucking ever to do it. Because you have to fucking figure out where your tongue piercing is. And you have to, like, literally think where your tongue piercing's at. So you, 1, don't bite the fucking piercing. Swallow the ball if it gets unscrewed, because it will get unscrewed. And if you just bite your tongue, it's gonna fucking hurt, especially if it's a fresh new piercing. I guess those just kind of work with, like, any oral piercing. I don't have any other oral piercings, like, none of those. There could be a piercing there, but I don't have any. The only oral piercing I have is a tongue piercing, that's it. Yeah, and just don't play with it. That's, like, basically the only advice I have. I tend to do it sometimes, but I try not to. I'm going to let y'all know now that I'm not going to continue my fucking whatever it's called. I'm not gonna update you every day because it's basically self-explanatory. Although I will say this, I do plan on getting more piercings. I think my next one is either going to be one of 3 things. Either 1, my belly button, which is basically the same price as my tongue piercing, surprisingly. 2, my eyebrow. I'm not sure which side yet. Or 3, I'm probably going to get a nose piercing. Hopefully I can get a septum piercing. If not, I can just get a side piercing, you know. I think the one that I'm leaning more towards is my belly button. I think that one's going to be my next piercing. If those don't work, I'm gonna get my industrial done. I'm bored. But yeah, to go on with the rest of the video, I will make a week thingy. Meaning I will update y'all within a week. So basically on a Saturday, because that's when I got my tongue pierced. So you'll see me on a Saturday. Or basically in another clip. In this case. So this is basically a 1 week update on this. Swelling's gone down a lot. I'm basically back to normal by now. Yeah. It's also like 11 p.m. and I have so much fucking shit on my mind that I can't fucking get out of. Fuck. But I still have to keep the bar back in. Not back in. I still need to keep it in. Only up until this upcoming Saturday. Then I can change it out. So that's a good thing. I'm literally staying up so fucking late. Only because I can't fucking fall asleep anyway. Because lots of shit's on my mind. Also, no, I also don't have any idea what this eyebrow is doing. Like, this one's fine, but this one, what the fuck is up in the front?